All right, good morning, good morning, good morning. What you guys doing? Good morning, Abe. How are you, sir? Good morning, Adam. Good morning, Brad. Good morning, AKU. Good morning, Marty. Good morning, Marty. How are you? Mike. Good morning, sir. Seal Trades. Good morning. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, Adam. Let's get it done, baby. You got this. No, you don't need none of that. You got this. But if you need it, I have it handy right next to me. All right. So what's the big picture here? The big picture is we have a market that is out of sync. That's the first thing. And the second thing is we got a market where the 100 NT Rinko and the 200 NT Rinko are out of sync. So that's the first thing, and that tells me that the market is in consolidation at the open, and we could see also in the way the market is behaving, um, where we broke Harmony zone number one after testing it once right here, came back to zone two, bounced the first bounce into Harmony zone number one, and then they did it again here just now. They bounced from two to one, and they're consolidating in the neutral zone. So that's a consolidated market. If we break this level here, Harmony zone number two, and get to 531, then that will signify selling pressure that we need to be kind of conscious of. So you see that they're making lower highs at the open. That's a lower high. So that tells me 582 is a significant level. Sellers coming in here. Basically, they're bouncing it between those two levels. So you need a break either above it, 582, or below it. Yeah. So they did a double switch trade right here, if you just noticed. Okay. So that's double switch trade long. and they're gonna be tossing, tossing the market around these levels for a little bit. I mean, if the market gets to 94, that gets the market back in sync on the long side. Right now, all what we're seeing from this market is this constant back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And eventually, either you're going to break this 80 or you're going to break under the 45. Non-trending behavior here. So you trade the edges of price till we break. So the market is basing here between 50 to the 60. They're multiple times. Yeah, see this rounding behavior, and a break above here is significant, and the retest of it is significant for an upward motion. And 94 is going to be a significant price right here. Hey Joseph, good morning. Good morning. Okay, so now the market is in sync on the long side, right? 200 and 100 are in sync. We're gonna look for pullbacks as a buying opportunity with a target, and the target is 631. 631 is the target. We're looking for a couple of levels to hold up, the 60s and the 550s. So that range has to hold up in any pullback. And our big target is breaking the 600 and the 680. So we're gonna have a small stop, and we're gonna be looking for a run up to the whole number with a small stop. Ah, it's gonna suck. All right, I'm gonna take a small stop right here. It's just digging a little bit too deep into this candle, and they typically will close it lower if they do that. So I took one here, and I'm out at that 83. Yeah, see that? Yeah, like right here shouldn't have dipped that deep. All right, so that's fine. Let's just take. The 65 is a critical level. Good morning, Brad. How are you? Steven, good morning. Good morning. $77.79. Okay. Man, I tell you what. All right, I'm gonna take that stop. I mean, they put on a switch trade right here. All right. So let's give this market a little bit of time. All right, all right. Okay. So I mean, yeah, that they were testing the bottom end of that channel. It just they went one more rotation lower before they ran it up. So pullbacks are buyable with a stop under 65.55. Telling you, man. They got me today. gonna have to get out of it. So that's 3 trades in a row right here. These candle reversals are just not holding up here. I mean, it's almost like I have to trade the edges of it and add to it. Uh, like, okay, it pulls back, just buy and buy for that run. Like right here, buy and buy here and wait and take a drawdown and wait for that run up. And I bet you that's what they're going to do here too. Is they're going to pull back to that range and flip it and run it back up. I mean, we're taking small stops. It's just they add up. Get the fuck out of here. So they put on 2 switch trades and sold it off. It's the same. It's the same structure that they put on right here. Ran it up, and here they're doing the same exact thing. I mean, they're buying the bottom end of the channel. I mean, that's what the behavior that we're seeing. News in 8 minutes. you break 591, then we're gonna start picking up some speed and momentum. Right now, we're just getting a market that's slapping around. So there's a relative strength in ES versus NQ. Excuse me, relative strength in NQ versus ES. NQ is the stronger instrument here. Oh, no, 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 no. 71. Yeah, news in 4 minutes. All right, we have consumer confidence at the top of the hour. Richmond Manufacturing Index. Now, if we get to 87, that will set the stage for a captain setup long on the 50 NT wrinkle, 87.75. I'm gonna have to get a little bit aggressive with that one because the stop to the 87 has a stop of 50, really, and then you have another stop at 70, and there is a stop at 74. So 87 has multiple stops and a lot of protection around that 70 level. I know news is coming up, so I'm gonna 87.75. That's the level. 91.75. So 87.75 is, here we go. And I need to be able to buy to it, buy for, buy it. Here we go. I need to be able to buy some more actually. And if they drop it below 65, then I gotta take my stop at that point. It's a little bit more risk than I'd like to spend, but it's a great, it's a captain setup. So it should take me to 95 and retest the 600, which should gives me the opportunity to take one off. We got 1 minute. I gotta tighten it up here a little bit just in case they do something crazy and flash sell everything. Here comes that news. I don't have time for this. Hold on. Oh shit. There you go. Come on. I won one off. I'm gonna go break even. We're at a whole number, so I mean they may fade it here, so I gotta be very quick and take my profit if they show signs that they're gonna break that. So 605, 610 should be a good spot for me to take the second one. All right, I'll take it right here on those two. It's gonna be a bigger move too, but whatever. Ah, just spending money just to get here. All right, let's see. Let's see how far they're gonna pull it back. Yeah. Yeah, we're playing around Globex. I mean, not Globex, but a whole number 600. Uh, e, NQ, like we were saying earlier, NQ is stronger than ES. We're gonna push higher here. 10 and 15 coming up. We have to look at the bigger target, which is 31. I mean, all our actions in this rotation has been long anyway. It's one of those things that it was a bit noisy and we had to take some stops along the way. But our big target is 681. Yeah, it's not moving. I mean, that's just the personality of ES right now. In comparison to NQ, NQ has a stair-step behavior to the upside, where ES is just fluttering between harmony zone number 1 and 2. The target for, let's take a look at the bigger picture in ES. So ES has a target of 53.05. That is the swing trade target. As long as we continue to trade above 52.87 and a quarter, we're looking for pullbacks as a buying opportunity, and we're looking for those higher targets. We need the break of 93. That will get us to 53.05. It's a weaker instrument comparison to NQ. If we break 95 in NQ, we're going to get a pullback. That's going to take us to 88, potentially 80. So 95 is important for the market, and it looks like it's going to break, be honest with you. So ultimately, we got the 95. They bounced it right back up. If this, yeah, here we go. That's actually that's better behavior here. I mean, that's a actually short trap. I mean, I'll show you. As long as we don't go back to that 95, we should be running back up. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if this candle closes lower at 94.75, then I have to get short. That would be a 6-prong captain setup short, and I should be getting 90, 85, 80 out of it with a stop right above 608. $95, yeah. And the stop is 08. 606. All right. Oh my God! Look at that. I exited the majority of it right before it went down, but it's boom. That just sucks. God dang, I would have been big on that one. I had four contracts up here and I was trying to add more, but it just paused. And I was like, okay, they're gonna counter trend it here. Let me just go back to one contract, and if it runs back up, I'll add to it. But it's okay. I still made a bunch off one contract. That was a good one. Yeah, Brad, that was a good one, man. That was a good one. It would have been a lot better with four contracts. But how, the idea was a good one. It just mentally, I had to kind of reduce my exposure just a little bit, just in case they bounce it right back to 600. I don't want to be in three contracts trying to figure out if it's going to go to 605 or break. So why exit right here is because we came back to support the rising support of this price structure. Ultimately, the market is structurally still long and the pullbacks are buyable. It's just we had this type of behavior, and which is a six-prong captain setup. I'm sorry, I see this. I'm gonna go short. I don't give a crap. I don't give a crap what the market up here is doing. I see this. I'm gonna take it for 94, which that's when we started to get short, and I'm gonna have a stop at multiple stops. You got to stop at 602. You got to stop at 606. You got to stop at 609, and then just manage that risk for a push. You typically get multiple candles in that direction. So, all right, let's just keep working. Six prong captain setup. Hell, man, I should automate that signal. So so a big idea here is a 602 close. If we break 602 in this current not this candle, but even the market, if it dips a little bit, that's fine, as long as we close 602 before we close under 560, or excuse me, 570. Okay, so that will put two switch trades on the 70 NT Renko, and then you have a lot of support that will push us to the 610, 620, and will break that captain setup that was building up right here. So the longs are not too shabby, overall. I mean, there's a lot of formations here that supports, price structures on the long side. And the key is 75, the key is 70. 75, 70. Those two levels have to hold. Okay? So in this rotation, I'm looking back at it, we made money going long at the 88, 89 up to the 600s. Then we took the short sides of that trade back down to to support. So like literally we made money on the upside here, we made money on the downside right there. So now the 602 idea is building up. All right, you guys give me just 1 second. I'm gonna go get some water. I'll be back. All right. So what is the market telling me right now? It's telling me, well, every time you get up there to that 600, 606, we're getting a little bit of distribution. Matthew, good morning. Good morning, Matthew. Good to see you, buddy. All right, so yeah, we're getting 94 to 604 distribution. I mean, the expectation here is to start seeing a break above 606. The market is in sync on the long side. Pullbacks are buyable against 69. You don't want to see 69. They're making a lower high here with that attempt at 605. I mean, the expectation, to be honest with you, is just to see that and see that run up to 610. And that's not what we're getting here. So my question is why? A break under 575, which is 5 points away from here, is going to put us in a position where we have an actual signal on the 70 NT Renko to go short. It has a wide stop, and anything under 60, 68 is going to pick up some steam. So the market here is a critical level. And if the longs don't show up and show up quickly and start breaking back up to 90, then you're going to get a market that's going to bleed off. I have the feeling that we're coming up on a Good Friday, and a lot of traders are getting ready to go. I mean, they may have. I mean, it's affecting the volume. I understand that, Steven. I mean, the rest of the people do care about it, and a lot of people are taking off, and it's a typical behavior around that holiday. Yeah, the same thing for me too. So, well, here we go. I mean, that's kind of puts the kibosh on the, if you want to call it that, the kibosh on that long behavior. Okay, let me show you what I'm talking about. I mean, that's the captain setup short on the 70 NT wrinkle right here with a lower high and a stop of 600. I mean, that's going to pick up some steam. That's going to take us to 60 and potentially break that 50. Yeah. Damn. See that? They got there quick. They got there quick. I mean, I was looking for an entry here. 75, 75. So that's 75 right here. I needed a run back up. Okay, so now we're back into the neutral zone, and the behavior in the neutral zone is you hit harmony zone number 2, you bounce back up, typically middle of the range to harmony zone number 1 and consolidate. But we already have done that like 10 times here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and literally 10 times. That's a tricky. Ah, good lord. Here comes Globex. Yeah, but you saw what the idea though, Adam. You know that captain set up on the 70 NT Rinko was just gold. And I knew the minute we break that 75, we're gonna start picking up some steam to the 60s. I just needed this. I needed an entry. It's like I can't just go short up here because it's just very prawn for. All right, so they're gonna fade. They're trying to fade it, so they're gonna go up to 54, potentially 60. If in the next candle we do not break 35, we're gonna fade back up a little bit. So just watch out. Don't get too excited about getting short here. See, if they run it up, they did a switch trade here. They're gonna push it up to that 56. So again, just be very, very careful here, trying to get too excited and trying to go short, just give the market a little bit of breathing time. This area tends to get countered. ES is bouncing back off harmony zone number 2. So now, because of the lackluster price action in ES is actually, relatively speaking, stronger than NQ. Good job, Adam. I just saw your text there. Hey, Shingo, good morning. It's just counter trending. I mean, you're coming. If you look at where the background color, you're shifting, right? So this is where the momentum was happening from the beginning of it all the way down, and this is where the market is actually disconnecting the harmony wave. And when the market disconnects the harmony wave, you see a typical, at a minimum, a pause in price action. So and look where we got to. We got to very, very close to the actual swing trade reversal of 531, which it happens to be Globex as well. And that, you know whenever you see that one candle reversal right here, that close to that reversal level, you know what the market is doing. Like, you know what they're trying to do. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to trap people. Because everybody that sees this doesn't recognize location, does not recognize that behavior, and does not recognize the end of the harmony wave. And typically you'll get a reversal back into the middle of the range of 50s and or higher. Sorry. If you get to 40 and you bounce back up, then we got something going on. That means that the next rotation short is going to be to break Globex. Yeah. Let's see if we can get a bounce back up and we can get involved. How was Marty doing? Marty. Okay. 41 1/4. You gotta be kidding me. All right. Just gonna take a flat on that one and wait for another spot. Hey Khalid, how are you, buddy? So personality wise, what the market is doing here. Now, if they take this candle and push it down to 38 half, that'll be a switch trade, and I'll take another shot at this market on the short side. Otherwise, this is just kind of protection behavior against Globex. So they're coming so close to Globex, and they're accumulating here. Yeah, see, like, yeah, they're not. There's a captain set up long on the 30 NT Rinko that they just put on. So what they're doing here is consolidating, oscillating. There's a negative behavior overall, and we have a couple of channels that we need to draw anyway. So this is channel number 2. That's one of them right here. Oh, okay. Can I get a move? Needs to happen quick here. And I am going to break even. It's either going to push or I'm going to be break even. And look at that damn thing. There's nothing wrong with $130, but it is what it is, what it is, what it is. Come on, we need a flush. If we get a flush to 31, then we're going to get a move. They've stopped me for plus a point. That's fine. Like right here, I mean, okay, I tried this level twice, so I'm gonna leave this area altogether for now, and just let them. If they're gonna break, they're gonna break. Let them break. There's a captain set up short on ES, so that's the catalyst for a move. It is a catalyst for a move, guys. I mean, they really want to go. They really want to go. I mean, right here, this thing closes lower, it's going to be all over. We have a six prong. We're about to have a six prong captain set up long on the 30 NT wrinkle. Anything above 50 will get us. That is about right. I mean, I may give that a shot. I mean, if we break 50 though. Yeah, they're gonna run it up to the 60s here in a few seconds. So 48 to 40. Be honest with you, I mean, I should just give that one a shot. We're breaking the channel. We're producing a captain setup long. It's a six-prong captain setup. My risk is from 48 to 38. It's a 10 points. I'll take a shot at it, whatever. They're going to take my money. They're going to take my money. It's worth a shot. Let's go. We should be up to that 60 quick. I don't want any more, actually, so take that out. I took one contract off. I need a push. A push, 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 push. We got to get that push. We got to get that 56, 58 close here very quickly. I'll take it. I'll take that little thing. Yeah. So that 50, I mean, the key was that 50. I mean, we tried the short here twice, then the market was simply not cooperating. So what got me to start thinking long is this captain's, it's a six-prong captain setup. So we said, if you listen, I mean, if you heard me saying that earlier, you see a six-prong captain setup anywhere, jump in. Because that's just the risk on those trades are just a very fixed amount. It's not you're looking from 50 to like literally 40, 38, 75, and you're looking for at least 2 to 3 candles in your favor. So that 50 got you 61. Now you're getting another pullback into it. So as they come into it, a 44 is almost like 50% retracement on the actual range. That's an area where they can start coming back in and try to hold the price. If we go back up to 61 and a quarter, that will make this captain setup with a switch trade, and a long here has a stop of 50, and you're looking at 75, 85 price structure. So you have that idea plus a 44 and a reversal will get us back in long as a fade. So that's what the market is doing right here. Look at that. And on top of it, we broke that channel. So we broke that channel. So the 70s to the 80s is a natural place. Here we go to 61. Man, I mean that's a statement. 61 and a quarter. You break 61 and a quarter. No, 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 no. 61 and a quarter, right? Okay, well, pullbacks are buyable now. You get another pullback with a higher low, then that will set the stage for a run up to that 70, 80 level. And you got stops at 50, 44, or support at 50 and 44 and 38. So what we're seeing here is the cleanup crew. They're trying to clean up all these shorts that stuck around and Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. 63.50. So how's everybody doing so far across the board? Let's just get a tally up here. Abe, Adam, Brad, Joseph, Marty. How's Marty doing? Matthew, Mike, Sheila, Steven, Syed, Shingo, Seal, AKU. No trades for Shingo, okay. If you're trading ES ain't doing nothing, Sheila. I mean, that thing is just dead on arrival. Abe's break even. I don't even know where I'm at. Let me take a look actually. $58. 58.75. They get there. Pull back, pull back. You see that's a good spot right here. That's a railroad long. I'm trying to see if I can get a pullback. Here we go. We should be pushing up to that 70, by the way. We should be pushing to the 70. We just need to break the halfway point 65 and then boom to 70. Yeah, they're gonna go. They're gonna go. They just keep like pushing lower, and then they rally back up. But 65, you get 65, you got 70, and AKU depends on the account. What size account do you have? What we're seeing here is just a lethargic price action too. It's not like there's not a lot of momentum here. We're expecting 70 to show up. Oh, the 50K account. Yeah, micro is about right for that type of account. 3 contracts, 17 points is $100. That gives you 25 trades to lose in order to below that account. They're inching toward that 70. I mean, I get it. I just, you know, slow ass market. $561. Yeah, you'll get 70s. It just you got to take your profits too. It's one of those. Here we go. Yeah, you got to take your profit up here too. Because the way the market moving, it goes up 5 candles, 2, 4, 5, 6. So you may get 70, 75, and it pulls back. And that's most likely what you're gonna see here. So you definitely got to take a 71 profit. Yeah, we have a target two at 76. So Man, I tell you, today was a dogfight. Here you go, my so far. We got, you know, going with the long early on. Ultimately, the long kind of pushed the narrative. It just was getting stopped out on a couple of contracts. We had a couple of contracts here, another one here, and two contracts on that one. So I mean, it doesn't take too long before you look up and you're like, okay, well, I'm down 1,000. It's like, okay, that's kind of sucks. But ultimately, we just just traded well. Even these are good trades. I mean, very well measured entries and exits and stops. It just didn't work out. And then we got a sequence of trades where we just kept hitting it, hitting it, hitting it. So we find ourselves at 102, and the day's not over. And that 76 got hit. That target got hit. Yeah. The past couple of days, man. Past couple of days. I mean, we're only the second day in the week, but I mean, yesterday was a little bit on the rough side. I mean, it pretty much was like today, actually, where the only difference is I didn't recover yesterday. So yesterday, yeah, I was like down as much as like $800, came back up a little bit, then just kind of closed the day at that at 626 negative. And today we dropped down to negative 800 and recovered. You know, so it's been like that for the past. We hit equity high here and basically dropped off of it, consolidated. I just gotta keep it tight, and I just gotta take my time. And I think the fact that we're gonna have a short week is impacting volume, and you could see it in the price action. There's a sluggishness to all of it, you know. So, but that's that. So I mean, we hit the 76. I mean, we expected 76. I mean, literally, we talked about this. We're gonna go from here to the 71, 75, and pull back. That's exactly what the market is doing. Yeah, good job, Joseph. I know, man. Those are the days that tell you, hey, listen, you got it. Whenever you have the capacity to take a drawdown, you know, and it doesn't necessarily mean that you're trading bad. It's just you're going through a sequence of trades that are just simply not working. You know, then you keep your composure and you come back by trading well. That has to give you the confidence to know that you got what it takes. Yeah, they're gonna fade it back in here. So watch out. See that high and the lower high with the switch trade. They tend to pull those back. So just watch out. And what the market is doing is literally what they did earlier on. You see how they bounced off Harmony zone number one into zone two. I mean, from two to one and two to one and back and forth. Then they eventually break. And even those breaks are, boy, they are just rough. Okay, so you're getting that type of behavior. So that tells me I need to really be more selective in this environment. So this is an edge trading, meaning that you should be trading the edges of prices and not like a trend and or momentum. Okay, so basically what that looks like is, you know, we hit a target into a zone like this, it's a fade. You hit Harmony zone number two, and you produce a reversal pattern, then you go long. So you're shorting that, you're going long here, and you do that few times, then you sit still and watch a break either above or below, either below 545 or above 580. One of them is going to come. So you're getting that fade. As long as you don't break 76, you should come back in. Do, 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 do. 64. Should we get to 67? We should get to 67 out of this price. Slow grind to the upside, and then they're going to grind it to the downside, and they're going to just play games all day long, baby. Let them play. They're going to get to 67 here in a minute. We're about to put a captain setup short right here. We should see a little bit of pressure coming in, guys. All right. That's the captain setup short up there. I mean that they should be pushing the price a little bit lower here. I mean, back to the conversation we were having. We're talking about how they're gonna, you're buying this and you're selling that. That's basically what the market is doing. Yeah, I mean, they gave us from that entry at 70 to 64, and it's not done yet. So, where's my stop? I mean, we're coming up on a short week. So what's lately? I mean, lately, I would say in the past week or so, you're getting this week. I mean, we're the volume is lower. We're coming into a short week. We have Good Friday coming up. That's typically will dampen price action. You get a lot of small ranges and a lot of consolidation. You know, once we're out of that week, because you're getting that, I think it's a short. We have Good Friday, then Monday is always off. You're getting low volume environment, so you're gonna get that type of behavior. Once we get out of that environment, you know, typically volume and range will pick up. You know, so in an environment like that, like this, I mean, what do I do? One spot is you're gonna find yourself in this zone anyway, where between harmony zone number 1 and 2, and in that zone, you're really looking for zone number 1 to be violated into harmony zone number 2, and there you'll find a bid into resistance, and you could do that once and twice and be done. Buy that zone, sell that zone. And it's be honest with you, I mean, every single day you get a different environment anyway. So it's not like, we get a certain environment all the time. It's just the market is always, always, always in flux and in change. So making money or is not about what environment you are in. It's all about, do you understand the environment you are in? If that makes sense. Like like if I understand clearly that we are in a range and we have this is buy and this is sell, and I'm connecting with the market, then I should be able to make money even if the market is in a 20-point range or 50, 30, 40-point range. So it's never about the environment, it's always, always about your understanding. Because it's a non trending environment, Adam. It's a non trending environment. And if I am constantly looking for big targets and I'm looking for a big move, and the market constantly it's fading and fading and fading, it's you just find yourself getting in here, adding to it, and then they pull back. Boom. You find yourself underwater. So since we recognize there's a difference between the environment is versus I hope to see the environment that. So if the environment is a non-trending, I have to not look for a trending trade. I just have to look for, a range trade against levels. And once the market becomes trending, then I have to shift to a trending trade with ads and bigger targets. And a lot of times I find, not just myself, but everybody else searching. So we're constantly searching for that big momentum trending trade when the market is spending 80% of the time is just doing exactly what they're doing today. And I have to constantly remind myself, George, you're searching. You're looking for a trend. That's not what the market is doing. Trade what you see, what versus what you hope to see. And I got to remind myself of that all the time. We all hope to see a market that's going to break 600, go to 650, go to 700, and it's a trend, and let's ride that trend, and let me get in it early so I could get the most amount of money. That is the thought process that goes inside of me, and most likely inside of just about everybody, you know. And then I keep searching for that trade, and what's in front of me is a market that's just running up, coming back down, running up, coming back down. So if I just understood that that's what's happening and just trade that, I would be a whole lot better off than searching for that 600, 650. No problem, see deeper. And that's the key right there in your name. See it deeper. It's almost like you're seeing yourself deeper, not necessarily just the market. Because that's is just your understanding of it. Does not want to drop, does not want to go anywhere right now. It's just in a sideway consolidation. Like, I gotta ask myself a question: at what point would I see more momentum show up? You have to break above 580. I mean, that's there's a captain setup short right there, and then you have a retest of it. So the expectation here is to see this price go down to the 55.45 level. So any long that wants to trap all that structure has to go above 580 and then start picking up some steam. And we're at the bottom end of the channel, so a break below 60 will pick up some stops under 55 into the 45. I mean, that range, 55, 45, we can come in and see that. And the fact that All right, Matthew. Take care, buddy. Have a good one. No trades? Yeah. Well, that's good. You don't have to trade every single day, right? But once you trade, do it well. You're doing it well. Yeah, we're in the middle of the traffic, Stephen. We're in the middle of traffic here. Like literally in the middle of traffic. But I'd like to see that push below 60 to 55.50 before we hit 75. I mean, that's kind of the stop on that one. We're trading under the channel. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't. Again, I mean, you get 5 points anywhere in this market, take it. Take it. Like, just don't. If you're trying to play the break, you see what the market is doing. It's just literally in the middle of the range doing absolutely nothing. Two candles down, two candles up, three candles down, two candles up. They're just messing with people. So you find yourself in a trade and you make 5 points anywhere here. Boom, take it. If you're looking for momentum and prices that could support bigger targets where you could take a profit and go break even on the rest and then manage for a bigger target, you really need to break a couple of levels. One of them, you need to go above 80, 85 and or break below 531, which is Globex. Okay. There's a lot of stops above and below those levels, and the market spent a lot of time building them. So then the environment will shift in a way that supports more robust price action. But till that happens, take your 5 points. Now Steven's gonna look at this like, God damn, look what you just did. break even just before it moved. Honestly, it hasn't moved that much, but still moved further. They knew you were there, Stephen. That's why. That's okay. It's all good. It is all good. And here he is, DJ Mike, the best DJ in town. That's damn right. That's in the house. Hey, if anybody wants the best DJ in the country, we got him in the house right here. His name is DJ Mike, Mike Nappy, NY, New Jersey. He does corporate events, he does weddings, engagements, birthdays. If you make a big trade and you want to celebrate, hire him. You get bar mitzvahs, Christmas. He does it all, baby. That's funny. He even he even does divorce parties, and those are must be them. That's probably more business than any other type of party you got. Oh yeah, look at them. So they, they're, they're doing the chicken dance, bouncing it from harmony zone number 2 to 1 as expected. Take care, Steven. Talk to you tomorrow, buddy. Have a good one. ES, what is ES doing? I mean, the only thing that I can see in ES, I mean, look at that. So from 752, like this thing has done nothing from 85 to 92. They're just such a tight range for ES. The thing here is you had a captain set up short right here. It moved 1.5 candle, and the whole structure got basically rolled over. So that in essence makes that whole zone right here, that whole zone, the neutral zone, a buy area, which means that shorts, if they're going to be active, they're going to have to break below 286. Okay. Um, right now, the odds are we're going to probably hit 94 and then go higher. And there's a stop right at 89, protecting it. And then you got the 86. So there's more scenarios to the long side in ES, which is going to reflect on NQ too, than a short scenario. More long scenarios than short scenarios. Especially if you break above that 580 in NQ, I think you're going to stop picking up some steam. We have that huge captain setup short with a stop at 600. So we talked about that earlier. If you break anything above 600, then it's all over. Longs will take control, push the narrative higher. So do we have a trending market? No. Do I expect even some of this buying interest to be rolled over? Absolutely. So it's not a straight shot either way. But, if I can get a pullback that holds and a higher low and a signal, I'll take that long. And the fact that we're going to break 78 is breaking this captain setup short. So that short signal becomes a buy signal. So that the market is revving on the long side, and I'm looking for pullbacks and signals to go long. imagine them putting a captain setup short right here, which meaning this candle closes lower at 73.5. I mean, that would not be a bad idea for a short, because that would be a double captain setup in that zone, and we should be seeing, 67 all the way down to 60 and potentially 55.40 if that happens. If this candle closes higher, then that idea is no bueno. So what I'm saying is this: if we close at 74, that sets the stage for a short. Okay, that didn't happen. All right, we got action on the upside. That's kind of expected here. I mean, they put a switch trade right here and couldn't close that second candle lower. Now the 200 and the 100 are in sync on the long side. The probability of reaching 600 is much higher now. Pullbacks are buyable on a swing trade with a target of 631. And we got stop areas protecting price under 55. You have a 63 level. Then you also have a 69 level. So every single one of those levels are support and a rising support for a move that can take us to 600 and 631. I'm not expecting a clean run here by any means. I'm expecting pullbacks. And as long as these pullbacks continue to make higher lows, then we may end up finding ourselves in a good trade to the long side. Just remember that we're also running into this captain setup on the 70 NT wrinkle. So that's why I'm saying it's not going to be a clean run, because you're running into distribution area that actually was the catalyst for a big move lower. So as they approach this, you're going to see a bit of fading behavior coming in that could pull the price down to that 69, 65 area. And depending on how well they hold on to it, if they close this candle again at 86.50, then that would set the stage for double switch trades in a row, and that's a buy signal, and we should see 90.95 off of it. So that's where we at, and it's 11 o'clock. So I'm gonna most likely just gonna call it a morning here and take a look at the market, maybe the last hour of the day, and see if anything of interest showing up. But this is where we at. We're positive at 102 after an early drawdown, and we also got ourselves into, let's see here. That's 102, and that's the equity high. So we just need to work ourselves into stabilizing this drawdown, and eventually I'll hit that peak and move higher from it. That's it for me, guys. That's it. You guys have a good one, and we will see you tomorrow.